These are the only two camera mods you will ever need to take great screenshots and cinematics in Minecraft. One of them I'm sure you know well, but the other, I'm almost certain you haven't used before. Cam Overlay provides you a real-time, customizable overlay that can help you perfect your in-game screenshots and save you a lot of editing time. We can enable and disable this overlay with just a hotkey, but we can also see some different types of overlays, but I'm going to go into detail on these later because there's 5 main settings that I want to show you that I think make this mod peak. If we go to advanced options and enable auto set FOV, we can use the scroll wheel to change our FOV even beyond the 30 limit. We can then use the arrow keys to rotate our camera in full 360 degrees. These two alone are pretty handy to use, but I have to be honest with you guys, okay? I've actually been lying to you this entire video. It's not even raining. It's not even the same time of day, because this mod gives you time options. We can enable custom time and set the world to be whenever we want with just one simple slider, which saves you having to disable the day cycle and set time manually with commands. You can also manipulate the weather to keep it as it is, or enable rain. Or hell, we can even get it to thunder. This is just purely visual though. Your true in-game time and weather is still the same, so you won't need to use commands or wait for that perfect sunset shot of your base. Then we have an auxiliary overlay, which is not the same as the main overlay we've been talking about. This setting gives you a 3x3, 4x4, or customizable grid to help you align your shots correctly. There's also a golden ratio as well, which we can rotate or set to be a vertical version. While other mods like Flashback, Zoomify, Replay mod already offer some of these features, this mod has everything you need in one menu in real time with a single button press, which in my opinion just makes it instantly better. And as we'll see later, this mod combo opens you up to so much creativity. Alright, so now we can move on to the overlays themselves. So each of them has a couple of different settings you can mess around with. Currently we're in the cinematic one. First one is like border size, so you can really mess around with just how much of the black bars you want, and also add some text to the bottom and top bars, which is pretty cool. I'd recommend playing around with these a little bit more because they can offer you some more customization. There's also some Minecraft variables that are exposed by the mod. I don't know all of them or where they come from, but here's a few that I found that worked for me. Minecraft.fps, .version, world.difficulty, time and name, time, then camera overlay.window, width and height. There's a couple other minor settings as well, but these are the main heavy hitters that I think you'll end up using the most. Of course, this is a mod combo video, so the other mod I've chosen is FreeCam. But why? See, Cam Overlay is perfectly compatible with FreeCam, and it complements its toolset really well. For example, I always wanted FreeCam to be able to have rotation, but for some reason it just doesn't, but now with this mod, I can do that. And not to mention that FreeCam is also a big part of my thumbnail workflow. It's how I've made some of my most successful videos to date. In fact, the thumbnail for this video was made using these two mods with no external effects, so I hope this video is doing well, otherwise this point doesn't really work. You get what I mean. Of course, the first great thing you can do with this mod combo is, well, these talking head shots, right? So not only can you just get them looking like this, but we can get some rotation. We don't have to worry about, you know, time or weather or anything. It's all just built in right there. It's all for your convenience, and you can just turn it on and off whenever you want, really, so it's not too big of a deal. We can also use it as a makeshift zoom mod. I guess that kind of works, and you can obviously adjust it however way you want, so that's a little use I thought of. But we haven't even started talking about video. In our settings, we can enable cinematic camera, which is a vanilla feature, of course. We then go into spectator mode, and we just set our speed to be a little low with the scroll wheel, enable our cinematic cam overlay, and now we have absolute cinema. Like, sure, you could do the rotation or the zoom or the cinematic bars in post-production or whatever, but like, why would you spend your time doing that when you can just like have it done already in game? I don't know, it just seems a bit pointless in that regard. There's probably hundreds of other ways you could use this mod, and I'd love to see what other people who are far more creative than I am can do with it. I'm just shocked more people aren't using this or talking about it, because I think this has a lot of potential. So please try this out for yourself, because whether you're making videos of your own or just taking screenshots of your creations, I think you'll find it a very useful tool. Isn't that right, Steven? Okay, yeah, good talk.